Okay,
because
Bismillah.
some words is very difficult to pronounce.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you don't know how to
please
pronounce, just ask.
forgive me some wrong pronunciation. Okay.
Okay, it's all right. The
title-
point here is not about the words, it's about the words that
The impact of rural revitalization conversation policies on the poverty and availability of rural household.
Okay, you're only on page one.
Poverty areas based on the micro data of families in Yangshan Prefecture's China. Okay.
Let me digest the title. Hold on. Let me digest the title first. Because you have a very short title here.
You very loud. And then the rural
Revitalization.
revitalization is a policies after the target poverty evolution. Yeah, for China to help the poor village to income rich. Okay.
No, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a rural revitalization, yeah.
That is the countries. And it's include 7 parts. Okay. Research background, problem statement, and the research questions, objectives, and arms.
Okay.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah, and research significance and literature review and some pictures and theoretical framework. And the 7 is research methodology. Okay, next page, please. Okay, the research background is from the historical translation and policy design. And the end of year 2020, China have comprehensive variety of rectory in poverty evolution. The 98.99 million rural poor left out of poverty, and 832 poor counties moved from the list of poverty. Okay, and all the 128,000 impoverished villages have been removed from the poverty list. This is achievement for China on the end of the 2020. And from 2021 to 2025, Chinese government have treated as 5 years transition period for the poverty evolution strategies. Okay, the key requirement for this period is 4 low removal principles. It means we have get the rectory in poverty evolution, but we don't remove for the responsibility and policies and assistance and the separation for the poor villages and poor people. Okay, present the policy goal is mostly translation from the concentrate resources support to poverty evolution to comprehensive promotion for rural revitalization.
Revitalization.
Yeah. The key issues is the considerable numbers of poverty households. Population still lack the ability to become rich and lack the foundation for self development. The risks of returning to poverty objective exist. Therefore, it's urgent to conduct scientific assessments for the vulnerability reductions efforts for the continued connection policies. Okay, next please. Thank you. The royalty of Liangshan pictures. Liangshan ethnic as the largest ethnic settlement in China and the key areas of three regions and three pictures deep poverty regions. After the target poverty evolution achieved, they have a great achievement for 11 deep poverty countries removed from the list and the 272 poor villages exist and 1.8 million people, almost 1 million people of poor population lives off the poverty. Okay, this is the achievement for Liangshan during the poverty evolution. The current tragedy is for in the year of 2024, the rural per capital decreased for 18,818 RMB income 1 year is below the national average. And the urbanization is only 42.88 is lower than the national average. And we still have 58,200 motivations households, totally 249,700 people identified. Okay, and 10,600 households, totally 41,400 people still not risk free. If you have poverty risks, okay, then during this time, Liangshan's government policy investment is totally include 319 billion RMB for countries France. This brought 10,105 projects to improvement. Okay, next please. Okay, the current risk is for the program statement. Current research do not indicate measures the poverty return relative abilities for the ethnic regions housed after policies intervention. Most studies treat concentratedly policies as a dominant variable, likely continually measurement for policy intensity, exciting in current study are predominantly correctly basis within sufficient treatment for the indolent polity place omitting variable reverseless carcerity that it's very hard to pronunciation and the transmissions mentions through which policies affect vulnerabilities remains the backbox. How does policies actually reduce the rural abilities? The impact of targeted policies on the poverty rating vulnerabilities in ethnic regions have yet been systematically revolving use global historical data. Although poverty evolution has been widely discussed in critically poverty studies with predominant reliance on the micro levels or systems. There is limited research that examines how surface policies interventions contribute to the reduction at the household levels. Research on the heterogeneity of parents across different geographies, types, income levels, and ethnic segment pressures remains insufficiently. Okay, next page. Sorry. It's about the research questions and objective and okay, the research questions one is how to significance measures the poverty return vulnerabilities for rural families in ethnic regions. How describe national characters exist across different countries and the geographical state in Yangshan. And the objective is to measure the poverty return the abilities for rural households in Yangshan. Use the VEP models, the three strategies from identify the spike and growth distribution patterns. Okay, the question 2 is what is the causal influence of the rural relations convergence policies intensity on the household poverty return revolutionary in this effort after addressing inequality. And the objective is to stimulate the efforts of the policies intensity university abilities using IB to SLSPSM and other physics inference models to test the robustness of the findings. The question 3 is through which pathway does the convergence politics after affect poverty return rural abilities. Okay. To examine the mediating roles of human capital's accumulations, livelihood strategies, transformations, and social capital enhancement in the poverty responsibilities relationship. Okay, the question 4 is does the vulnerabilities reduction effect on the of the convergence politics exhibits to the significance heterogeneity across different household types of regional conditions. To analyze the address across geographical type, income levels, relations, status, and ethnic segment character. To enrich the theoretical class, the interprets between the rural urbanizations, convergences policies, and the poverty returns related abilities mentions in ethnic regions prior the regencies empirical evidences for the post transition policies of optimizations contributions to the refinement for different poverty prevention strategies and the practical implementations for the real science-based governance framework. Okay, next page. Okay, it's about the research significance. It includes 3 parts. The theoretical significance extends the poverty evolution variables, the theories after the VEP framework to ethnic regions enriched in locales in parallel in the verdicts from Chinese minority area. And the second is strict in the integrate analytical framework from the policy intensity to livelihood capital or livelihood strategy to the abilities ruling medical policies designed to make household behavior. Advising medical empirical research and poverty return currencies in ethnic regions by tracing graphs in the carriages in identifying and merchants testing, and the political significance provides scientific ingredients for approximation post-transition policies after 2025. When the 5-year transition period ends and the long-term merchantship need to be established, the second one offers a design making references for the different target policies, implementations across the various household types and geographical conditions in ethnic regions. And second, third is delivers a methodology reference for poverty return motivations and early warning system applicable to other ethnic regions in China. And the social significance is to responding to China's policy call for consolidated poverty resolutions achievement and the granting largest scale returns to the poverty arcade poverty in 2002, number one center document. And the promotion the small scale protection for the rural rehabilitation strategies and the common post-reaches goals, thereby reduction urban, rural, and inter-regional discrimination, provide enhanced basis design and making reference for the policy making department, the central, the provincial, and the prefecture levels, and enhancing public awareness of stabilities development leads in ethnic regions, informing target poverty prevention programs tailored for the social, cultural, and economic concepts for ethnic minority areas, supporting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, next page. Thank you. And the literature review, concentrate and measurement. Okay, the poverty resolution, describing and questioning approaches. Okay, and the conflict evaluations from the strategic measurements for the forward-looking demanding assessments for the other probabilities for falling into the poverty and in the intangibles exposures to inner internal risk and internal household curbing capital setting. Okay. Different first from the explosive to the next explanations. And the second is co-founder is VP and VR and LCI. VP is most widely used for the medical data, and VR is the regular but data intensive. And then LCI is multiplied measures index based on the suitable patient leveling costs. And the study choice is adapt this one VP methods. This is aligned with the mainstream medical inclusive research standards in is well studied for class selection house service data and ensure the result and complete with the exciting literature. Okay, summarize. The priority is possible landscape measures for future deprivations, but not just create statutes. The selection of VEP issues versus methodology consistent with global standards while providing a reasonable basis for the policy-related macro-levels access. Okay. Next page. Okay. And then below is about the policy and rural ability translation. Okay, global and domestic research concentrates. The solution for living house pro reference shows the living house supports policies building long-term recessions October for short-term relating reduction on rural inequalities and post 2013 transition met while China's target poverty reduction was effective. Rigorous in-person studies on its convergences with the rural revitalizations remains. Some words is very difficult to pronounce. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. And the two is statutes for coverage policies. Qualities. What? Let me see. Current study focus on heavily on the theoretical logic. What? Challenges, blocking the question. Let's see.
Okay.
What? Okay, different several. And the mentioned knowledge, literature. Policies are often treated as deliberately reliable English intensity domestic macro levels cache in identification and matrix tracing are also inserted. Okay. The key research gap is there is an urgent need for quantitative framework that measure constantly poverty intensity and regulates identifies causes, mentions, and the household levels during the transition period. Next page. 6. Okay. And the other isolated content at the research gap. Poverty is observable in ethnic regions. Structure minority ethnic minority statement first the risks due to the geography, isolation, and over-reliance on a single in level holds. There's constructors servers limited adapt the complexity and the economic diversifications and the temporal research lab accepting study on Liangshan poverty focus on the poverty evolution period, micro levels empirical advance examines available during the past 2002 COVID pressures remain scarce, and the key research gap in Korean scholarship is one the positive, the prescriptive deflect, lack of the explained emphasis on poverty, currency risks in the rural revitalization, perhaps research remains marginally restorative rather than forward-looking. And second one is knowledge limits. Uncertainties questions for the contentionally price intensive and the security for regions crisis identification strategies in ethnic region studies. The third is increasing currencies micro household level inventions from deep improves and enhance ethnic areas like Liangshan under responsibility in the past 2020 research. Okay, next page is about concentrate as a theoretical framework. Staging level hard framework SLF original from Caribou and Turns and the Sains framework identifies 5 core capitals: human, physical, biological, social, nature, and as the foundation of the host livelihood, it provides a evidence to analyze how external forces enhance the resources strengthens their assistance and making micro levels instant ways to make them as living hard ability and purity versus the World Bank research on the risk and uncertainty identify rural narrative research and the economic poverty for the falling to poverty due to the shocks. The narrative reflect focus from the strategies and provide strategies for them to rise assessments which certainly understand how policies and correctly reduce fund provides rest and building long-term household safety and analyze together this framework from the dominance if explain how living hard is sustainable through capital accumulation while the rural the rate measures the risk of living hard features. This is combined in approach to enhance for the quality effectively leads to building nice chalet for the household economics. Next page. Okay. Conspiracy and real fracture. is one is the independent variable. You will use PRRCP indicate as an improvement suppose public service and infections and comprehensive maximum motivation and sustainable development intensity. And secondly, motivation measures living hard capitals, human, physical, financial, social, racial capitals, enhancement, risk, right company capitation. The motivated by the ethnic identified regional characteristics, and the third is derived dependent variables. The poverty vulnerabilities. The vulnerabilities and explaining poverties VEP. And the likelihood for the select improve household welfare incentive viabilities and and sorry hard to sorry and the last part is the theoretical relation and causes pathway. The framework grasps that RCP reduce poverty livability through the two pathways enhancing living house capital crisis and to improving risk carbon prejudice reflects the strength of those relationships is countering on household and regarding characteristics in ethnic identified and geographical context acting the key moderator inflecting policies, infections, and capital accumulation dynamics. Okay, next page. Sorry. Hello. And research how to use. One is overall effect purposes. The implementation of the rural revitalizations convergence policies have benefits significantly impressed on the poverty revolution of rural household in ethnic minority concentrated regions. And the two is the policy reduce policy rate by improving household five types of living house, capital human, physical, biological, social, nature, and enhancing the resistance to external risks. And the third is the poverty reducing from more produced for the household with lower internal living house capitals, enhance mobility, resilience, and lives in geographically and disadvantaged areas. The fourth is policy dismissions. Developed origins by policies is indirect support employment training have more suit to impact on reducing poverty revolution compared to pre-religion policies. Okay, next page. Thank you. And comfortable living, how the facts were. Analyze the house where relax across the five interdependent capitals, human, nature, physical, philosophical, and social. Provide Hanif list across how the external policy for the relapse lead code and the government for adapt capitals. Provide reality the zeros. Define relatives and the terming poverty for falling into the poverty due to the facts for coverage shift focus from strictly poverty status to forward-looking measures for household risk expressions and inclining ability. Policy evolution focus on the region. Regulars identify the processing pros and the micro others fight for the important strategies just from the external words to the ends. Sorry, you can look at the follows. Okay, so I think maybe some words are very difficult to pronounce.
How many more slides do you have?
Only have 6, maybe 6 more. Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah, we can say
But I can say it in Chinese very fluent, but in English it's very difficult for me to say.
Same with me lah.
Yeah, and I'm nervous.
Plus the thing is, you use a lot of more bombastic words and really technical words. Technical words. So
Yes.
I myself need to check what those words mean. This is what happens when you use AI. I can see
Some words I use.
Are you sure that
Oh, I'm very, very sure. I'm very sure that this is used AI. I can tell by immediately when you have a theoretical, empirical, practical implication, significant, yes, AI. Immediately. Yeah.
Sorry.
So when I can some of the words myself, I don't understand.
Practice and yeah.
Okay, maybe you can just explain by your own words, using your own
Yeah, I
words.
can use.
Okay, tell me what I mean, it looks like it's rather different from what you presented
Before,
many moons ago. Yeah. So
yeah,
so how is it different? I think I understand some aspects of it, but I'd like you to explain to me so okay, we have the. You want to go to research methodology? Thank you, Hanif. You want to go to research methodology as well a bit to explain what you just explain a bit of research methodology, then we go back to what your research is about then. Explain the research methodology.
Quantitative. Explain a bit about research methodology.
I think because my hometown is Liangshan and I can my students are all around the different countries and they can help me to do the research.
Okay, when talking about research methodology, just go through what are these 6 items you have on the slide, this particular slide and this. You just explain. Hey, okay, come in. Yan Ling, go and explain that. These 6 things, just go ahead. And then we will go back to what your research is about and
Okay, let me check.
Wow.
Check about this. Population scale. How to.
It's bigger than your research, isn't it?
I see. Maybe okay.
What?
This one. Okay. Wait me a moment. I translate use my own words.
But you can use these words as fine too. Whichever is faster, so that we can get to this,
Yeah.
to my comments later on. Yeah. Up to you. Where you can use. But I'm reading this, but I'd like you to explain to me as well. Yeah. The type of study. Go ahead.
You mean
读没有什么问题啊，只是读。
we will go to the families and to ask about their income and how the government help them include help them to find job or give them some jobs trainings to find good job, and if they have other ranks, for example, yearlies or some other things can make them go back poverty again.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not asking you to explain the research. I'm just explain. Read the
Methodology.
read the methodology. Yeah. Can you read the methodology?
Oh,
The one that you prepared there. Yeah.
yeah. You mean I read?
Just read. Yeah.
Just
Just read,
read.
yeah, okay.
First, top type of study, quality like research design with a cross scientific approach to systematically measures how household levels, economic index, and policies outcomes to enter specific term point. Okay, that second unit of analysis rural household in Liangshan prefectures, focusing on the collective unit such as primary insurance for analyzed resource, elections income, relations and policies simulation. And the second is population score or recognize rural household across 17 countries in Liangshan Yi Autonomous Prefecture that are effectively covered by the rural revitalization coverage policies, and the service target response. The household head on their students choose for the alternative knowledge for the household biological strategies, agriculture production, and the key economic design making process. The five is simple size and size. The responsibility of representative samples for 500 to 800 household proposed calculate using G-port analysis for statistical significance. Alpha equals 0.05, tau equals 0.8 with 2000 prefers for low response rates. And the sixth is multi-strategy stratifies random samplings. The stratification by economic, ethnic conditions, and economic development tools follows by reference significant for selection for village and household issues. The mix graphs responsibilities.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Just one slide after that slide. Just one slide after that. Let me see. Just maybe I can. Before that. Okay, that one. One slide after research methodology. Down one more. Let me see the descriptive. That's the one. Okay, let me see. One more up. Yeah. Okay, all right. At the collection, the descriptive, modeling, causal regression, relation test, heterogeneity. All right, go up one more. Right. All right. Here we go. All right. Good. This is a huge research project you want to do, right? Yeah, I just want to, I was stop here and go back to your earlier slides. You can see that, you have 500 to 800 households that you want to, this is primary data, right? Primary.
Yeah, I think I have so many students. They can help.
They can help you.
Yeah, they can help.
500 to 800.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like a whole state level census machinery at work there. 500 to 800. Okay, 17 counties, population scope, 17 counties there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the 17 countries we have students.
You have students in there,
Yeah.
all 17 countries.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow, okay.
and I can count myself. It's okay. So,
You can count.
yeah.
Okay,
To
as you can.
the research.
All right, 500 to 800. Okay, let us see a bit more further to the research methodology. Usually we will start with the research questions, and then I want to understand more. But I want to see, the capacity you have to
do that.
carry out this one. So the type of study you're going to plan to do is a quantitative research design with cross-sectional approach to systematically measure household level economic indicators and policy outcomes at specific temporal point. Okay. You also want to see policy outcomes.
Yeah.
When you say policy outcomes, you are referring to what are you looking at?
Because if they print a lot of money out, but they can't have enough income, so they can't afford. They can easily go back poverty again. I think.
Yeah. So policy outcome there. An example of a policy outcome?
Policy outcome. Like Eolis built house.
House.
Okay.
Whether they have a house or not.
Some of them don't.
Some do not have house. So policy outcome, when you say policy outcomes, you have something in mind that is, you know what I'm saying, right? Policy. So this policy you're referring to is the vulnerability. What is it called? Yeah. There's so many frameworks. It's not trying to capture what is it. So is it poverty, vulnerability? That's the theory. Poverty, vulnerability theory. But the policy you're referring to, what you're talking about? Policy to prevent people from becoming poor again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the policy you're referring to, right? Okay. So how do you measure that?
Because although they now they have out of poverty, but if they don't have the stable job or income, when they meet illness, or maybe they are very easy to come back poverty again. I see.
So when you're saying that, say that again, so they can hear that again.
Return poverty.
Okay, before that. So I'm looking for example.
They don't have the stable income. When they meet some disaster or illness, they can very easy to return poverty. Okay.
or illness. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be a policy outcome would be stable job.
Yeah, stable job.
Stable job.
Yeah.
There's a policy outcome.
Yeah, or maybe some stable income rate
Stable income.
to get the stable income.
Stable income. Okay. Maybe from investment.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Okay. Alright. Okay. I just want to see the scope of your data that you want to collect. Usually target respondent will be the household heads and spouses and representative sample between 5 to 800 households. You will need to specify more specifically, right? So more specific. You got to say you want to target 700, 800, 5 to 800 would be too big a range,
Oh, okay.
right? You say
So
5 to 550, something like that.
okay,
Right?
okay.
Right, so you need to specify something more, a specific number or a smaller range.
Okay.
That's 300.
300 is okay.
This big range.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
you also need to, since you are doing stratified random sampling, so you need to know whether it is representative or not from the population. Right, so you need to know the population size in order to come up with the right number. To choose the right number, there's a method to that. You can look at the table to see what will be the range of household you need to have. So for how big is the in Liangshan, how big is it? Liangshan Li. Is it Liangshan? Has it? Oh, Liangshan Li.
It's
What's Li?
lot.
Liangshan.
Okay.
Liangshan. Yi.
Yeah.
Yi.
Yeah.
Liangshan Li.
Yeah.
Okay, how big? You know how big the population is, more or less?
I think the population, you mean?
5 million.
5 million. So you need to know 5 million, what would be the number of the right number. But then again, you got to look at the unit of analysis. You're not looking at the number of population, you're looking at the household numbers, right? So these are all calculations, these are all, so in your making your research proposal, you need to be clear about the research methodology.
Okay.
You need to be, right, so that is a very, almost certainly be asking about research methodology.
Okay.
Yeah. And quantitative analysis, since you are doing that, it looks like you're doing that. You will need to have very strong logic and reasoning why you choose what you chose for your sampling size and why you stratified sampling. Now you also mentioned the idea of ethnic composition, ethnic communities and all that, right? The Yi, the Han. Aren't you from? You're from the same same Liangshan also, right? And you're not you're from the 你那苗族对吗？
Maybe
彝族
Yeah.
okay, 彝族 okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so now, so when you say stratified sampling, you need to talk about what kind of stratification, right? And how do you ensure that you have representation from the different ethnic groups, especially ethnic minorities, right? Is there a big ethnic minority in there? The Yizu. Is it big enough? Or
I think the population maybe
Yeah, if you're not sure, it's okay, but you need to find out, right?
Yeah.
You need to find out, and then you need to come up with justification why you have this sampling. So if the number is very low, you need to do a specific type of sampling to make sure they are represented, especially you have it in your research question.
Okay.
Right? So you do not want to have only 2 persons in your whole household of 700 whatever, and then you want to say something about the minority, then you're not saying enough, right?
Okay.
So there's specific type of sampling for small group of members of community. So you need to follow that methodology of the research design to make sure you're capturing that, right?
Okay.
Okay, let's go back to your I'm not sure where, but this is a big research you're undertaking. Yeah, it's a very big research. I think it's a bit too big, but let me assess. It's your research, so you will have to make that decision yourself. Let's go back to the research question. I think.
Research question.
Title.
Oh, yeah, the title is a bit too long too, right? And even you have struggle to read the title. It's a bit too long. Okay, my
Yeah.
I just want to. I just want to see what you plan to do with this one, with your research. I'm not sure. I'm beginning to understand, but I'm not sure I fully understand your research. Okay. See your research question, your research objective, right? They're not necessarily reflective of one another on the both sides. So we look at this. So now explain to me. Now it's the time to explain to me what your research is about. What you plan to do. Yolene,
Okay.
tell me.
First.
You don't have to look at the research question. It's fine. You just tell me first, and then we'll see how we can connect what you want to do with your research question.
I want to find how to reduce the rate for them to return poverty. Okay, to find some effective measures to help them to maintain their and reduce the
risk.
Yeah.
The risk of them returning back to being poor, poverty.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are now. So this group of people have elevated themselves out of poverty, right?
Yeah.
So your sampling will have to be focusing on. We have to focus on the group of people who are not under the poverty line, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm asking you. Yeah, I'm not giving you instruction. I'm asking you here. Huh? Is that the case? You're not studying people who are poor. You're studying people who have moved out of poverty, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to establish that as your sampling, right? So you're studying. You're in your problem statement just now. I was reading about what you're reading. So you talk about how China has been successful in elevating a big percentage of people out of poverty. So how do you make sure they do not return back to poverty or drop back under poverty line? So the sampling needs to capture those people, those households, right?
Yeah.
You have the ability to do that.
Just
can-
give some advice for government to and help them to.
Not you, I'm not you. Can you identify those households?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
You can identify.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have access to the statistics,
Yeah.
government statistics of who,
Yeah.
each household. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, and Kyla and Jonathan, you gotta help out also because you understand China more than I do. Maybe Chloe as well. I'm not sure. Because I don't know how accessible is data in China, so that's not I'm just telling you that you do not want to come up with a research that you can access the data from the respondents you want. Just now, the auditor came, right? And interview Hanif, and then they interview somebody else after you, political science. Interviewing the Amira, the police. Amira, but she's not under my supervision. So when asked by the auditor, if so happens there's the internal auditor, which have external, that's not internal, but it's external, that's not internal. She was responding it's hard to get data from the police department, and she's a police officer. works with the police department. So you want to be able to access the data that you want. You know what I'm saying, Yumi? Right? If you at this early stage you think there might be a problem, you might want to think of a different research. Right? So you're saying it's not a problem, yeah?
Yeah,
No problem. Huh?
no problem.
Okay, good.
I'm sure.
Okay, good. I trust you know your country better, you know the data better. For us, it will be a problem to identify who is not under poverty line. Okay, so you want to identify that group of people, and you want to once you identify that group of people, what do you plan to do? Now, what do you plan to do? Now that you can access them, tell me what else you want to do in your research. That is.
To find some suitable ways to help them maintain their income, to have a better, to face the disaster, illness, and some others.
Yeah, whatever scenarios that may come in. Okay, I like what you're doing. I particularly like what you're doing. Also, in the future studies, which I taught last time as well. Okay, how? So you said you want to find ways, but before that you're doing something else too. You said you're going to look at the one particular type of policy. What is it? Some kind of vulnerability in expected poverty policy. It's in your presentation, by the way. Okay. Tell me about this. About what you want to do before you come up with solution, right? What else you want to do? So you identify this group of people, right? Family A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, right? So next, what you want?
To do the questionnaire.
Okay. Well, yeah. The questionnaire will be based on what?
Include their income and their output structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to go more about your research, not the detail of the research so much as the research instrument. Let's look at the framework. I mean, you have like 4 or 5 different frameworks. Yeah.
What's your variable? Connection between each
Hanif is one
variable.
that. Yeah, by the way, you do have something very complex. I just want to get the gist of what you want to do, and then we see how we can simplify and make this a manageable PhD research, right? Remember, you're doing a PhD research. There's a beginning and the end, right? So, you've been like 1 year, 2 years. I don't know how long. So you want to make sure this time you make it to research proposal. And if you can go to the next slide, we will look for the right slide to discuss. Another slide, Another slide. Before this one. Okay. All right.
Independent variable.
There you go. Okay, you have your conceptual framework there, right? So, okay, explain this to me.
Explain the fact. Your
So
concept.
the dependent variable is that one, right? That is what you want to discover, 0, 3. Right? Or you can, I can stand if you want to, or up to you want to stand, sit, jump, whatever. Yeah, so you want to discover number 3, right? The dependent variable.
Berarti X, Y, mediation 1, mediation 2.
Yeah, but it's more than that, Joanne. You look at independent variables alone.
Ada sub-subnya.
The industrial employment support. You have, that is like a composite variable that consists of many other variables there. Public service infrastructure. There is a composite variable. A composite variable is a variable that consists many other variables in there. Comprehensive risk monitoring. What in the world is that? I like that. I actually, I'm not joking. I like this research because one of the work I like to research on is future studies, and this oriented poverty towards the future rather than the present. So this preventing people becoming poor again. Now it's a good research, right? It's very good research. I think, China has been successful in that sense, right? How do you prevent people to become poor again? Yeah. And in the United States, people have what? More than 50% now, I think close to 70% are one paycheck away from poverty. That's US. So if they don't get one paycheck, they don't get one salary, they become poor. In the United States, right? Land of the free, home of the brave. Right. Okay, Yanling, come on, explain to me. This one. I think this is the big picture of what you're doing, as well as the essence of what you're doing.
Just said to use how to explain.
Explain in China, maybe your friend will translate in for you.
Joanne is just pointed you,
Yeah.
Jonathan and Thailand, your co-interpreter.
要做什么？
Okay.
片料是冰片料。
我是说把他们这个考虑成为一些因素，然后去比较他们这
So we
个
should have a
对于
entering class.
这个他们重返贫困它的影响程度的大小，去比较这个东西。
Wait, how did you explain that?
Slowly. Maybe Chloe will translate.
Sure, oh my Cantonese.
You can.
Yuaning is talk about the rural area, so
Yeah.
it's
对
a little bit
to use like math way to consider
Men's way?
to take them into some number to consider their impact novels. So we can see which one is the most in fact
Most risk,
yeah.
the one which household have the highest risk of becoming poor again, right?
Yeah.
That will be the dependent variable there, right? Okay. I get that one. So this is what I'm getting at. So I get that one, which I think is good, right? This is the part, the dependent variable. So you talk about likelihood of shock's impact. So anything happens, a disaster, illness, somebody died,
Yeah,
they become poor again, right?
yeah.
Household welfare and stability, multi-dimensional deprivation risk. I like this thing. I do not know what they really mean, but I can guess, and I think they're good. By the way, they're good, right? And you do need to operationalize it so that we can see, right? Now here we have independent variable. These are big items. You understand that? Industrial employment support. There are many variables here. You see what I'm saying? Industrial, but in public service infrastructure, whether there's a bridge, there's road, hospitals, schools,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Those infrastructure and public service.
Yeah.
Is there home care,
And
Is there-
yeah.
prenatal care, postnatal care, medical care, whatever,
Yeah.
there's public service. There's a lot here. Can you see that? There's a lot of big things here. And then you talk about comprehensive risk monitoring. That's also comprehensive. That's a big word there. What risk are you looking at?
Financing.
Financial risk.
Yeah.
So you got to talk about financials, not just risk. Because when you talk about risk, there's all kinds of risk, right? So, sustainable development should have the 17 SDGs there, right?
Yeah.
Which particular
Yeah.
SDG are you talking about? Or if you use somebody like me, I would critique more than that. I say 17 is a bit very, Eurocentric, whatever. So these are big items, huge.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying now? So are you gonna
How many
collect it?
questions?
How big is this research? And you're gonna do 700 households? This is a government job. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Just a small and
Huh?
you mean?
You see, I need to know what's in, what's in there, what's in there,
I love.
right? And then I need to know what all this is also mediating
Okay.
mechanisms. And you said mechanisms, no longer variables there, right? And then- Right? And you think at the beginning in your problem statement, you talk about having causal relation instead of correlation, right? You problematize it that way. So you're establishing a causal mechanism explanation, kind of like explanatory research more than just connecting between variables. So you're making a huge big promise here. You capturing what I'm saying, right? So I don't think you can do this. It's too big. But this is your research, right? The independent variables, too many independent variables. I'm not saying that it's bad. I think it's good. But you're Ling, one person. You're not Xi Jinping, right? It's like a ministry level research, right? Yeah.
意思是分享分区提醒。Yeah.
研究的面儿太大，
太大。
比如说
Yeah.
这种
每一个什么 variable is not variable is a composite variable.
工业和就业
Yeah.
Small and objective.
More and then smaller and then
可能要换一些
yeah. And then this one is also big, like
更具体
human,
的
physical, financial, social, natural capital,
Yeah.
also big.
Okay.
And then you have this one. I think this is still okay because ethnic identity is not that big a problem. You can just ask them
Yeah.
which ethnic group you belong to. Regional characteristics is not difficult. These are, not sure you can call it risk coping capacity in the contextual variables or whatever. I don't know what's happening there, it's okay.
Who's cousin?
So, and then I need to know what all this means. And I think this is good, but I do not know what they mean. Right? So you will need to zoom in more, choose which one you want to highlight, right? Okay, this is one or that one, or you say the most important thing in here, the most important thing,
Okay.
whatever. But you need to make it manageable, right? You got to make it manageable. This is a PhD thesis. And this is not a ministry level research. Unless you have a ministry behind you, then it's a different story, right? So likewise, you got to do this, and this one needs to be. I need to know what this, and you say multi-dimensional deprivation. All kinds the deprivation. You can have food deprivation, sleep deprivation. You can have, whatever, emotional deprivation, political deprivation, whatever, right? Because deprivation
Yeah, I
is
also think it's too big.
it's big, but multi-dimensional, you're also already promising something big here, right? And deprivation can also be subjective versus objective deprivation, people feel that one generation, they feel something deprived, the next generation doesn't feel that like handphone now, it's almost like a necessity, you do not have handphone if you're deprived as an adult, I suppose, or maybe not, I don't know. Right? But what is a luxury in one generation becomes a necessity in another generation. Therefore, the deprivation risk is also different, maybe. Right? So be clear about this part first. This is the first part. We'll be clear first, right? Because this is something that you want to focus as the result of all this. You said, there's an increase in this, there's a decrease in this one. So you need to be clear about that. Once you be clear about that, you streamline the other two. The other two parts, which contain many, many different parts, right?
Yeah.
And then, by the way, you need to make sure that you use the right term. There's mediating and moderating, they mean differently, right? In a sequential, in a independent variable context, mediating, something moderating can go up, but it's not part of it. Right? So be careful whatever you word you use. Right? So it does have different meaning as well. Right? So this is the part that you want to streamline, be clear what you want to do.
Okay.
Right? And are you taking note of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is Eugene still online, Hanif?
Eugene!
And
It's online.
so okay, learn from Eugene. Once you change your title this time, stick to it this time. Don't change again and again and again.
Change.
Yeah, don't change many times. Right? Just stick to your big. I know that you're interested in poverty. I think this is good research you do. Right? Now, your problematization, can we go up again, Hanif, to the problem statement? Yeah, right, good. So, use the word causality, where is the word causality there? Causal explanation, whatever. So, is there somewhere you use the word, how does policy? Okay, by the way, you have causal word there somewhere in one of the slides. So if you're not doing a causal research, you move that word from your problematization, from your problem statement, yeah? Because causal research is not easy to establish. And I would omit the word mechanism if you're not doing retroductive research. Because mechanism would say, a mechanism is explaining this one. How does policy actually reduce vulnerability, right? You're not doing that. Are you doing that?
No.
No, right? You're actually doing a correlational study too. You're actually doing something. You're doing one of these too, right? Which is okay, but the issue with this is you got to make sure it has not been studied before. Because it's very important because this is PhD, right? So the theory you used just now, when I was asking you the theory, your BEP theory, right? You have a BEP theory. Am I right?
Theory.
Elaine, hello. You have a BEP theory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Is that the theory you're using or you're not using that theory? Because I saw there's convergence theory and then you talk about
Theoretical.
some theory you have. Okay. Anyway, you can choose a theory to negate the theory. You do want to choose that theory because the theory has been used in this kind of study, therefore you're using the same theory to study this. Then you are not discovering something new.
This PhD level.
Yeah? You got my point, right? I think I've gone through this with the previous proposals as well. Unless you're taking theory A, B, C, you're analyzing theory A, B, C, you're saying the A is something wrong, there's something wrong with theory A, but then this part is okay, from B there's something wrong, but this part is okay. You're putting together different parts of the theory, plus your own thoughts about what can affect future poverty, and then you formulate that, then it's fine, right? But you do not want to use one theory and apply that theory as is. And then you might not be doing something original. Then there's no novelty, and then when the examiner asks you what's your theoretical contribution, there's no theoretical contribution. So that is actually in I would say the most important part, if not one of the most important part of your thesis. You got to problematize it in a way that you identify the vacuum, and you look at the vacuum, and your research should be based on that vacuum, right? But you do not want to say here that the black box, and you do not explain the black box. You're not going to look at the black box. You're going to look at the black box, right? Because you're not doing causal research. You're not interested in how the policy really transform poverty or not transform it. You're just saying that the policy exists, but then there's still poverty, or they can still be reached. Right? How this affects the other, you are not necessarily explaining that. Right? But you have discovered that is the case. Right? You can say using whatever your framework that you develop.
Okay.
You got the yearning, so
Yeah.
think about the originality, think about the simplicity, manageability of your, not sure there's a search word, but I guess, making it manageable. So it's not, like 5 big things here, 5 big things in the middle, 5 big things in the middle, right? I think about that, and then, what are you, the theories, make sure, I think you have quite enough. I think Hanif can go down to, you have like various hypotheses and God knows what, you have like 7 different type of hypotheses. Okay, then you have this one, right? You have this one, this poverty vulnerability theory, vulnerability theory, right? So you have that one. So you're using this, I guess. I'm not sure. I thought this is good. So not, and then you have like 4 different types of hypotheses, which is fine if it comes from your framework, right? Okay, so what I want to say, this is a hypothesis.
Nextnya tadi loh, satunya tadi ada sub-subnya.
Research framework hypothesis, mediating heterogeneous effects, mediating effect. And the last but not least, you do not want to use AI to do this. You use your own words, type it out.
Okay.
It's okay to use AI to do the visual, not AI to do the content, right? I'm not saying that you cannot use AI completely, but if you use AI for the content, it might be detected, and it is a problem when you can explain the words.
Oh yeah.
Right? It becomes a problem, right? And certain words are very AI related, right? You go to the significance of it. Thanks. Alright, this one is mentioned to me or us many months ago or a year ago. That practical, there the word, theoretical, practical. So this thing the classic AI, ChatGPT or whatever, have all this. So I think in my supervision, I did mention to you all, avoid using this practical significance, because in research usually we don't really use that word. And so you can replace it with policy related significance or something like that. In fact, we usually say just research significance. Simple. It's many different significance. Right? This one looks, so be careful with AI. So last but not least, using pronunciation and English.
Okay.
Right?
Practice more.
Yeah. Now, the question is how you're going to do that. You are here now in Malaysia, you have the opportunity to really practice English here.
Okay.
Right? Like you said yesterday, right? In China is seldom use English, right? But Kyla can speak. Kyla went to Hong Kong, so it's different. But Jonathan, you didn't go to Hong Kong, did you? How do you improve English in China?
Prevent English?
Yeah?
Practice English?
Practice English.
Oh, we have the student from Malaysia to our school and teach them in English. I teach them in English. So
Yeah. Well, that's the next level. Teach English.
No.
Learn English by teaching English. That's good one. But yeah.
Sometimes because I'm nervous and some words I don't know how to pronunciations right or
English is not my native language as well. So big words you can be careful. Like this word you have problem with, right? But it's in your title, right? Revitalization, right? You will need to really master that word if it's in your title. Right? You do not want to struggle at the beginning in the proposal defense, right?
okay.
So you got to practice revitalization, like that. And before you next round, you should be presenting to us again. Before you go back, maybe a couple of weeks from now, right? This is July, August. You schedule a time with Hanif, right, to make another presentation.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay. It's just among us, among friends,
Okay.
So, but that's why I think we designed the group supervision is where you actually doing real presentation with friends, and you're practicing, presenting until you know your stuff so well that there's no problem. And what you do, you can use Google, whatever you use. You just go through each word and listen to how it's pronounced and pronounce it.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I know.
You get it. So, I don't think you have a problem with listening, right? You have a problem with listening?
Sometimes may have some
Simply?
problems.
You do? But you can understand when I ask a question, you can understand, right?
Yeah.
So you are like among the four, writing, reading, speaking, listening. I think the listening part, you're okay. So if there's a problem when you have problem with listening, not listening, you have not disability. I'm talking about understanding what I ask. You don't have that problem, right? Don't seem to have that problem. Only pronunciation and verbalizing the words, right? So you just keep on doing every day. You must do it every day.
Okay.
I don't want to be an English teacher and all that, but
Okay.
you're there. I like to see that before you go back, this time you make the proposal defense, right? You submitted the form for extension, right? For taking a leave or extension, forgot now. We don't know what it's like. Did you the form?
The form.
The form that I sent to you. Okay, looking at translation, okay.
No.
The form that you applied for a leave or an extension for study. The one you submit to me, you want to get my signature, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? Already filled in this form, yeah.
I sent to email to you.
Extension.
Extension, yeah. Yeah, my question to you, okay, now you just answer my question then.
Yeah.
Okay, you do need to practice on listening and speaking, both of it, right? Because you still look at the translation thing to understand what I'm asking. But during the proposal defense, you might not have time to look at the translation, and the translation might not be perfect, right? So you got to understand when they ask you, and they might have different accents so when they ask you questions, right?
Okay.
Right, it's
We need to prepare for answer the question.
answering the question, that's right.
Yeah.
So you will need to be able to understand
What is it?
what's been articulated, right? So I'm not saying it's easy. It's difficult, especially this is not the undergraduate level. It's PhD level. So questions are much more technical, theoretical, etc. So, but you will, that we need to practice listening more, right? And speak more.
Yeah.
Right? And then how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that? Yeah. You're in Malaysia now. You're in Malaysia. You have the opportunity to do that. How are you gonna do that?
I think IPS or
There's
international
an English. There's English corner.
English corner.
Every few times a week. Every
Okay.
week there are few times English corner where they will meet together, and I don't know how. I never have joined that. Huh?
Just for communication.
Just for conversation.
I don't know. I never joined it. But
Let
there's English corner.
Landin join that. Have you anyone joined? Not you.
I joined
Oh,
before.
yeah. Okay. How do you do?
How do you do the English corner? What do you do?
You be teaching them then.
Yeah, just talk about once they set a title, they set a discussion name.
Yeah.
So
Topic. Like
topic.
Topic. And then,
Yeah, and then they discuss with each other in a group.
Okay.
Talk
That's
about
good.
what we think and what's your perception there.
Okay. So it's like not Toastmaster. Toastmaster is next level, like Toastmaster is where you give a
Simple topic, I think.
Simple topic, just-
But it's
You like
good,
coffee,
it's good to
you eat durian or something.
practice the English speaking, and listen. It's
Okay.
good.
So join that. Yeah. Then you are in Malaysia. You have the opportunity to do that. So anytime you're in Grab car, tell them I'm from China. I'm here to practice my English. Please speak English with me.
Okay.
Right?
Don't use.
So don't use Chinese. I heard this from a Chinese Grab car driver, right? They complaining to me, oh, you're USM lecturer. Yeah. You know they have students from China. They don't want to speak Chinese. They don't speak English with me. So they're like, okay, this is interesting. I have a Grab car driver, the Chinese one, telling me to teach my students English.
Okay.
So when you get to Grab, speak English, tell them 我是中国人，我来这里要学英语啊。
Okay.
不然的话我不要进去啊！Tell them that, and they like it. They will practice with you, and their English is like 50% fluent English also. Doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
It doesn't matter, right? But the whole idea is to practice. And Malaysia is not a perfect country to learn English, but it's a good country to practice English.
Okay.
I learned a bit of Hindi or Urdu when I was in Manchester. Not the country, not the Urdu, but there are a lot of Pakistanis and Indians. Yeah, the butcher is Pakistani, right? So I was going to learn some part of Urdu.
It's also like that.
Yeah, I might look like one of them too. That's why I can greet them. I can greet Atif and all that. In Pakistan, in Urdu.
Family.
Yeah. Yes. I do that. Go to the shop. You speak English. Then just because you have a free opportunity, then they will proudly, happily speak English with you,
Okay.
right? So I really you told me just now, you can explain it in Chinese well, right? So you do not have what is it? It is not that these are all above you. You can understand this well. It's this matter of communication. So you can. I think you spent some time in US last time, right? When you were younger, smaller.
Last time.
When you were
Was
younger.
the one.
No, not you. You're in Pittsburgh or something like that. No, I think you said that, no?
No.
You didn't go to United States before US.
Oh, US. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. At that time, I can communicate with, but it's few years.
Okay, long time ago.
Yeah, maybe 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years is not long time ago, you know? It's just COVID. How long was COVID ago? 2019.
5, 6.
What?
6, 7.
Yeah, 10 years is not a long time ago. Still in your memory there.
Yeah.
You just got to bring it up.
Yeah.
Just like I got to practice my Cantonese with Chloe. Because when I moved here,
Yeah.
the Chinese here don't speak Cantonese, right? They speak Hokkien.
Yeah, some do.
Some do,
KL,
yeah.
a lot of people.
KL, of course, KL, not in Penang.
Yeah, no Hokkien.
Not in Penang, they are Hokkien. So I kind of lost my Cantonese
Yeah.
ability. Yeah. So, but Kai Lai can 讲普通话。
Too long. Just a little long.
Doesn't mean that. But you work in Hong Kong, right?
Yes. I can't understand what you're talking about, but I cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot speak.
Yeah. So anyway, so the language is use it or lose it.
Yes.
You don't-
Yeah.
you don't-
You need to use.
You need to just use. So the memory is inside you that you just reconnect with that part of your memory and bring it up back, right? Since I remember you told me where'd you go? Pittsburgh or something like that. Where did you grow up or where did you go in the United States?
Your master.
You mean where?
Where?
In USA.
Yeah, where?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay. Georgia is
Yeah.
Georgia in my mind. Yeah, that's the
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee, Georgia. It's a southern state there, isn't it? Georgia, southern state. Georgia. Each state has its, I think, has its what tagline or motto. Georgia with Georgia in my mind. Right there? Georgia in my mind. I think. Georgia in my mind. Florida, the Sunshine State. Illinois, a different Illinois. Wisconsin, a different state of mind or something like that. It's called,
Yeah.
Chicago, the city of wind. Yeah, they all have that. Penang,
The capital city of Georgia.
Kanda place.
Yeah, because
Okay, so you took note of that. I tell you what, just to make sure that you remember the points that I raised just now. Just make a list and send it back to me. What my feedback to you was just now. Just make a list, write it down, right?
okay.
And send it back to me.
Okay.
Just the point form will be enough. You don't have to have the whole sentence. Right? So that, and then the other thing is schedule another session with Hanif to present our group supervision in the month of August.
Yeah.
And then let's make it happen this time, yeah. so that you can have your proposal defense
Yeah.
while you're here. When are you going back at all? How long are you stay here?
Maybe I plan to go back China on August 27th.
Okay, so exactly 1 month from now, or less.
Yeah,
So,
almost 1 month.
yeah. So you want to make a presentation?
Mhm.
You want to
Mhm.
do your group supervision in 1 or 2 weeks' time,
Mhm.
and then hopefully, make it happen that you can present or you'll be able to present to the committee,
Mhm.
secret committee within 1 or 2 weeks' time. So 1 month is not a lot of time. 1 month is too short. It's a bit short. Yeah, for you to make a presentation in our group supervision and then and then for you
When I
to
come back China, I can do the online.
you could do online. I would not advise if you're already here, then you might as well do it when you're here, just like Kyla and Lucia. But Kyla, you're just submitting, right? It's just
Yes,
just submitting.
I submit this is April,
April. Okay.
so I think it will be okay for me.
Oh, you're about to get your Viva, I think, right?
Yes, wow.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. So schedule a time and then Hanif, maybe 1 or 10 this time, something like that. Be prepared to make another presentation. Simplify this, yeah?
Okay.
You got to choose which independent variable, which mediating variable, and then which dependent variable you want to select from, right?
Yeah.
And then we will relook at the research methodology as well, depending on those framework. And then the research questions should reflect that as well, right? The research questions are a bit difficult for me to understand too. So you take the research, the independent mediating and dependent variable. That will be the basis for you to to have your research questions. Right? I see that is the essence of what you want to do. Right? Okay, Yannick, right?
Okay.
Right,
Thank
okay.
you.
Welcome. Thank you. Okay. Oh, 4:30 now. Okay.
Do you want to do it another time, or what's the? I can do it another time. I can be flexible. But
Alright,
maybe
alright.
I have to do online then.
But we've gone through. You cannot see it.
Right.
We've gone through your work once or twice now, right?
I think
Second.
twice.
Second, twice.
I've been here twice, and now that will be my third. And then last time we said maybe 1 more supervision, then I could apply for the review.
Opposite times. Okay, 4:30. Let me see, let me check with my schedule here. Simpler. Today, there are a lot of very dynamic
Yeah, the audits and everything.
scheduling and rescheduling. Just let's 40 minutes, 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock, okay. Let's do it.
Yeah?
Chloe, let's do it, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Woo.
Okay.
I'll try to be short.
That's all right. Just
You need a.
do what you need to do. Okay.
Should I just start? Oh, no, wait for you. Okay.
Take some break, let's go.
Yeah,
Refreshment.
running out of coffee, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so good afternoon still.
Afternoon.
Dear esteemed professor, dear valued colleagues, thank you for being here. As I present my research project, Local Trust, Global Tech. Before we start, I quickly want to do an overview of what I've improved since then. Next slide, please. So some of the key feedback from last session, which was really valuable. So Eugene was my commentator, and also obviously the professor gave a lot of good points. So some of the feedback was trust needs to be the main focus and elaborated more. So I think I've implemented that further. The research questions felt a bit too broad, so I've tried to narrow down the conceptual core of it. The mixed methods design needed clear sequencing, so I've reworked the whole methodology and focused more on a clear sequential design, which I will show. The originality and theoretical contribution shall be intensified. That was one of the key points from the professor last time. So I intentionally moved beyond adoption alone. And last but not least, the survey design needs more clarity on sample size and social groups. So I've tried to revise the whole sample logic and the actual responding groups. Okay, so the title again, Local Trust, Global Tech, Trust, Inclusion, and Blockchain Adoption in Malaysia. So we will quickly look at different chapters, introduction, research gap, problem statement, followed by research questions and the objectives I want to tackle. Then the conceptual framework I've established so far, the theoretical framework, methodology and research design, sampling, survey design, and ethics I've added. And then lastly, original contribution and some of my next steps. Okay, so blockchain adoption research often emphasizes infrastructure, regulation, and general technology acceptance. For example, informal finance research shows that ROSCAs, those informal lending pools, rely on social collateral, peer monitoring, and commitment mechanisms. The key gap is how trust architectures are understood and legitimized across Malaysian social context, especially where informal finance, scam dynamics, and digital platforms intersect. So this thesis asks not only whether blockchain can be adopted, but under what social conditions it can be integrated responsibly and inclusively in Malaysia. The problem statement, Malaysia has invested in digital blockchain-related infrastructure. I think I've mentioned before, like those pretty immense multi-year plans that the government has done from like 2021 to 2025, yet broad-based public uptake remains limited. The existing research explains regulation and technology better than it explains trust, the key word here for the remaining slides, perceived legitimacy and everyday relevance for the everyday people. This matters because technology is meant to expand access, can also deepen exclusion when adoption depends on uneven trust, literacy, and social protection. Without addressing these barriers, blockchain adoption may reinforce rather than reduce digital inequality. So my central argument here is that the problem is not only technological readiness, but the social readiness. More specifically, the problem is whether blockchain-based systems can generate sufficient legitimacy where financial coordination has historically depended on interpersonal, communal, religious, and institutional trust dimensions. A quick glance at what the numbers are telling us again. So this is the estimated annual scam count on the number one. This is 54 billion Malaysian ringgit. It's also estimated that the self-reported harm is about 34 times higher than the officially recorded figure by the police, meaning that it happens mostly informally and a lot of official stations don't even have good documentation about it. And again, in terms of like the proportions, this is a very large scale problem. This is in the dimensions of like statewide investments into public health, infrastructure, mega projects. This money could go a long way, and it's 3% of the national GDP as well. You can see that the general internet penetration across the country is very high, also worldwide, not only nationwide. However, you see a bit of discrepancy when you look at the general internet connection, also in the rural households versus their actual computer usage, with just 65%. And the projection here, this is only a projection because there is like no standardized one official number, but we estimate that about 3 to 15% of the Malaysian population is using crypto to some extent. Kind of depends on what the variables are. So this is just the size of this project and why it is relevant. Okay, my research questions. Since last time, I've definitely revised them. I tried to be a bit more specific. My core umbrella research question would be RP1. How can blockchain technologies in Malaysia be designed, governed, and implemented to promote socially responsible and inclusive adoption, given existing socioeconomic, communicative, and institutional barriers? The second one would be what socioeconomic, institutional, and communicative frictions hinder blockchain adoption in Malaysia, particularly in relation to trust, informal finance, and scam dynamics. Then how do institutional trust, policies, media narratives, digital literacy, and local social context shape whether decentralized trust infrastructures are seen as legitimate, usable, and relevant? And lastly, what strategies, standards, and frameworks can support more inclusive and socially responsible integration of blockchain? And under what social conditions do these become credible alternatives to existing informal and formal financial arrangements? So they all kind of project towards different dimensions and tackle a different objective, which next slide, please, is also what I quickly want to highlight. So my core objectives are to identify the trust frictions and commitment failures shaping informal and decentralized financial coordination. I want to examine how institutional narratives, digital literacy, and cultural context influence perceived legitimacy and adoption readiness. I want to measure how these patterns vary across key demographic and community groups. And I also want to develop evidence-based design and policy recommendations for a more inclusive and socially responsible adoption framework. This is something I've added since last time. This is so far what I've done in terms of coming up with a conceptual framework. If we kind of talk about the independent variables, so on the left side, we have 3 different ones. It could either stem from like a layer of social trust or institutional trust or protocol trust. Protocol trust here means blockchain trust because the blockchain exists of protocols. This leads to perceived legitimacy, and this is where I also kind of derive from most of the existing literature I've come across so far. A lot of them kind of use trust and legitimacy synonymously, but in my opinion, this middle box is kind of the segue to adoption readiness because legitimacy is not the same thing as trust. And this leads to adoption readiness, which again, also despite existing literature, for many, this is like the end point. If like a new technology has been adopted, this is like the end goal for many, especially in like information technology. But I would say it is more nuanced because even if a technology has been implemented, you would still have to assess, is this inclusive? So does it widen access or is it exclusionary? Does it narrow the access? Because you can give someone a type of technology, but they are not built to use it long term. They don't have like the context, the literacy for it, and then it could harm them. And the cycle returns where they become like, for instance, scammed. So the moderators obviously in each position are ethnicity, locality, age, or prior participation with blockchain, let's say. Yeah, and since last time, I've also added an institutional dimension. So last time I was kind of opposing social trust versus blockchain trust, which is not necessarily correct because they are not the opposites. But now I have like the 3-dimensional trust system more so, and I've included the institutional variable here. So we can quickly look at it, but yeah, no need to go in depth. Same as with the literature map, I just wanted to kind of do an outlay of what I've come across so far in terms of the key authors, but I will go deeper into the main concepts on the next slide. These are just some of the key articles I've come across. Maybe you recognize some of these theory strands also. But my main lens is definitely trust theory. That's why I put it on the very top. So this will be the organizing lens and everything else is complementary. It's social trust, institutional blockchain trust, but obviously also different adoption theories that will hopefully help me to gain a better, broader picture of the whole problem. Yeah, so methodology and research design is also an area where I've developed my project quite a bit since then. Last time I was saying that my anchor method was the survey, but now we've talked about making a sequential design. I've reworked it to have a qualitative work first, to build an instrument, and after that, the survey follows. So I've just titled it for now an exploratory sequential mixed methods design, kind of following the footsteps of Cresswell and Arno Clark. Why sequential? Because I also didn't find any like validated instrument that exists for this type of informal finance trust research in the Malaysian context. So I kind of have to, in like the step 2, build that instrument based on the qualitative work in step 1. So yeah, the qualitative part is 12 to 15 key informant interviews split into different focus groups. This is also then supplemented with more contextual work. So I have to do analysis of policy and media documents that are available to me as well to kind of better assess the framework, followed by then, after having built a tool in step 2, going to phase 3, the big survey that still remains a core part of my research here. More on that on the next slide also. Yeah, so this is just a very basic visual on how I would do the methodology approach, the qualitative scoping, instrument development leads to quantitative survey, and then phase 4, where I will try to build the framework based on the data. Okay, this is again just a quick view on the research questions. We've discussed them already, but kind of where I would coordinate them with the different phases. So obviously some research questions, hopefully I could gain insights faster as for like the first one, but then obviously for the last one, under what social conditions do decentralized systems become credible? This kind of has to wait to be answered until phase 4, when I've started working on some kind of framework and putting everything together. Yep. Oh yeah, and then I've kind of done a first sampling approach of how I would put together the key groups, let's say for phase 1. Obviously, the logic or the main logical component here is that I want it to be purposive, and I also want to start building some type of data saturation. I would place it along the stratifiers community, urban or rural, and I would start mostly locally within Penang and Klang Valley. I think who to organize as members would be very interesting and would deliver a lot of key insights. I understand that, they would not disclose themselves to me as who to organize it, but I think they would be a key group for me to kind of try to find. Different community leaders, financial counselors, regulators, just people who play a role within this landscape, versus then the broader quantitative part in phase 3, where at the moment I'm relying on the Cochrane formula still to define approximately how many it is. This could change, but I would want to span it across the 3 main majorities, Malaysian, Chinese, and Indian communities. And I would make it definitely more general on informal finance participation. Yeah, so I'm thinking about for this like phase 3 part, for the quantitative part, something relatively quote unquote simple, like a 5-point Likert, just from like strongly disagree to strongly agree. I think it's the most universally understood among communities. And these are just some of the examples of if I would ask about social trust, what would it mean and what would you have to kind of assess? I would join a savings group run by someone I know personally without a written agreement. Would you strongly agree or disagree with that? Would this be something you would do immediately or be completely opposed? Yeah, and then the recruitment would be via community groups, but also institutional partners and general partner outreach that I'm currently doing, which is really important for the quantitative part especially. I also want to note that for smaller communities and the minorities, it could make sense to oversample in size to have some comparison power, because I would obviously have to accept some, true reduced proportion, but if it would make any sense to include them, I think I would have to make an over effort to reach out to them. Yeah, and then the incentives, I think this is a bit structured similar to what Eugene is doing. I'm thinking about this range for a completed survey, but this is still up for obviously what the committee also thinks, what the professor thinks. but this is the range I found sensible, and obviously should just be fair compensation and not inducement. Next slide. I've added the research ethics. Some of these are obviously, I think, very logical, but I would definitely seek approval first. In the survey, I would obviously have some sort of consent disclaimer. I noticed the sensitive content as well because it touches topics like financial loss and fraud victimization. So I will make sure to also have referral information ready for any type of like counseling in case people felt vulnerable. Data protection is something that I will have to include. Incentives I already talked about. And then my personal researcher position obviously here is that I'm not endorsing any advice or financial product in any way. This is just to examine the current conditions of adoption. Next slide. Yeah, this is something that we spoke about last time also to focus on is kind of what is my originality of contribution with this research. So I've gathered it in different dimensions. Theoretically speaking, I think it specifies the conditions under which protocol enforcement, again, this means like blockchain enforcement, it's kind of used synonymously, substitutes for social enforcement, and the current literature argues that blockchain neither can or cannot replace social trust, but neither really says when and under which conditions. Empirically speaking, this would be the first test of informal finance participation and experienced affection as antecedents of blockchain trust. Existing Malaysian studies sample crypto communities, software firms, bank customers, but nobody has really, let's say, sampled Kutu participants among like other groups that have been under-examined. From a methodological standpoint, a trust instrument built from local financial vocabulary rather than translated from acceptance scales. Again, there's no validated instrument that exists for informal finance trust in the Malaysian context. And last but not least, practical, the evaluative criteria for whether implementation widens or narrows access. So adoption metrics cannot really distinguish inclusion from exclusion. A rising user count is consistent with both. Okay, and I think that was it. Thank you for your attention. These are just some of the next steps I've identified for myself. And yeah, I welcome very much all the feedback from my updated presentation.
Okay. Okay, that's fast enough. Yeah, I wasn't.
First,
Okay.
I wasn't
Not
thinking.
even 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, it's been 15 minutes. Okay, let me. There's some new slides.
Yeah.
And then you introduce like a 3-level trust, which I think would be something.
Last time it was just 2 levels.
2 levels. Okay, there's something.
Yeah.
There's something
It was
new. I think which is a good thing. Shall we go to the research questions again?
okay.
Mm,
It is slide 8, I think.
Slide 8. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. What is it?
Yeah, the first research question will be qualitative, huh?
Reformer. How to blockchain technologies in. Okay, what's that? Let me understand the people. So it's under master. Singers. See. Okay. It's maybe it's not the research questions, it's how the research questions are
It's phrased.
phrased. So shall I look at the research objectives sometimes?
Yeah.
It's
Maybe the first one is like too broad because like how I learned it via my like academic life is to have like one umbrella question.
Yeah.
So this would be like the
Yeah,
umbrella
yeah. I
question,
can see that.
but maybe it's still too, you know,
Can we look at your research objectives and
yeah, that's the
maybe
next slide.
all right,
Ada lagi yang research question lain.
identify, okay. All right. All right, okay, measure how this happens. All right, so now this is it, okay. Okay, Chloe, what you want to do is to see research, the standard practice here is that the research objectives and the research questions are mirror image of
Yep.
each other. So these are much clearer statements
Right.
yeah, of what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you just turn this into your research questions.
Okay, I mean, it kind of is, but I've like maybe overdone the research
Research
questions.
yeah. See, I can sense what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's a great, this is what you plan to do with what you have discovered, so to say, right?
correct.
The overarching, the main thing you want to do is in your research question number one there.
Mhm.
Not research, so you
I
just
see.
take the research objectives, turn them into questions.
Yeah.
Then you have your research questions,
Okay, makes sense.
right? So, what are the trust frictions and commitment failure shaping? So identify become what are they, right? Examine institutional narrative, so it becomes what are the institutional narratives, digital,
Or just
Which is-
omit, examine, just how.
how it's perceived. Yeah, you can use that. You can use the what, or if I want to be much more on Bangkok about it, in what ways?
Oh,
In what ways?
What
So
ways?
how is a
yeah.
how is the how question? What is the what question? Right? So in what ways do institutional narratives? In what ways do institutional narratives? Because how you asking a process question,
Yeah.
right?
Intervention.
Right, and some of the examiners and evaluators,
Okay, so change it to
Yeah.
in what
so
ways?
measure how this pattern, in what ways these patterns vary across them, right? And then develop evidence-based design policy recommendations. Okay, so there would be what evidence-based design and policy recommendations for inclusive and socially responsible adoption frameworks can be introduced based on the findings.
Yeah.
So if by doing that, you're not committing to a test of how good the policy recommendations are.
Right.
You're just saying that what can be derived from the findings.
Yeah.
So what evidence-based design and policy recommendations, right? So you get it, you have it, all right? The other thing I just want to do quick comment is in your framework just now, where you have already okay. You see all the arrows there? Okay, I would recommend you take up the
Okay.
arrowheads, not arrow.
Yeah, the
Arrowheads.
arrows.
Arrowheads. So you do not have the arrowheads. Just make it a
Just a
line.
line.
Okay.
So when you have arrowheads, is that what you call it? Arrowheads, huh?
Spear, yeah.
Spear, yeah, arrowhead, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you make it a line, when you have that, then there's a indication or presumption that is of directionality.
Right, okay.
So social trust influences or causes or determines perceived legitimacy. But if you have a line instead, you're showing that there is a possible connection, and you want to know what the connection is, right? So you remove all the spears into lines.
Okay.
These lines, yeah.
Yep.
Although you know logically it will probably be something that will influence perceived legitimacy there. Right, so just make sure of that, otherwise, and some examiners and evaluators would think that there's a causal relation when you have the spears, when you have the arrowheads,
I see.
right? So remove that one, so you're not making an assumption, you're just evaluating whether there is a connection.
Okay.
Okay, all right, this good, so you have the three types of trust: social trust, institutional trust, and protocol of trust. Okay, all right. Let me, so this is all this is connected to your research
Yeah.
questions, research objectives, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One small question, do you think protocol trust is clear enough? Because it's maybe a bit of an industry term.
Yeah,
Should I write either blockchain trust or blockchain protocol trust instead? Like the official term would be protocol trust.
official term, yeah. Or I don't have problem with that, but let me see whether there's an issue with another word would be technical trust or something, right? Technical,
Yeah, maybe
Well,
technical is
Prefer protocol.
yeah, protocol sometimes can also be interpreted as social protocols.
Yeah, that's why I thought maybe
Yeah.
the connotations.
Yeah, but protocol in blockchain or internet protocols
Yeah.
is the it's actually it's very legitimate to use this word protocol. So if you one way is to put a bracket after protocol technical or before that technical. So they will understand that we are referring to the technical side of trust. Or should it be technological? Which one? Which one is better? Technical, right?
I think
Because technological is much bigger.
I
So
think
you're focusing,
technical.
yeah?
Yeah, because it's the plain text behind it, the
Yeah.
mechanisms, yeah. Because throughout the presentation, I've sometimes used protocol trust if I don't have like that much space,
Yeah.
like a graphic, and sometimes I've used like blockchain protocol trust, but it's
Okay.
quite a lot.
Yeah, blockchain, because you're specifically referring to blockchain, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, blockchain protocol
Yeah.
trust is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay.
when you're introducing something like this, you want to use the full phrase, so
Okay.
that it just to make sure that they understand what you're saying specifically. And I did also make note that can I go back to the beginning of your slide? Can you go back to right before that, again, one more. Okay, all right. I'm not sure. See, last time you did explain what blockchain is to us, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so
Should I include?
I think you should have one slide just to explain what blockchain
Okay.
is. But a simple 1 minute to a minute explanation, and you say this, and you say if you need a further explanation, I can explain after
Okay,
in the question and answer.
Yeah.
Right? So I would imagine half or more than half of us here do not know what blockchain is, or really what blockchain is. So include that. I just want to understand the three
dimensions,
dimensions of trust.
I think
Which I
it
think
was,
is good. Can you go to the they have another one.
slide 11, right after the conceptual framework.
Yeah, is that the one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Can you explain that a bit more so that?
Yeah, so as since that last time I had just a social personal trust versus the blockchain trust, kind of opposing the human layer versus like the technical layer.
Yeah.
But through my work with all the peer-reviewed articles I included, I noticed that opposing those two maybe cuts it a bit short, because oftentimes there's like an institutional trust that is equally important to people. So first they would go to social trust, like the immediate circle,
Yeah.
and that's how they validate it. But then they also want to go via a generally societally reviewed institutional trust layer. So that would be like the banks or something that the government has said is okay to use, to implement. So I've added the middle layer to it because I think also for the quantitative part, so phase 3, if I want to build frameworks, I think a lot of linking back would be also to answer questions of how could better like institutional trust be built. So I thought this dimension makes sense to include.
Good, good. It's relevant now. All right. This is good. Is it all right? So now, has the literature cover all these three in one integrated model or perspective or theory yet?
No, not really. So I would say this is also part of kind of the originality of this, but especially the no links between, let's say, social trust, institutional trust, like the intersections are very under researched from what I've seen so far.
Okay, so you want to highlight that as your possible theoretical or conceptual contribution, yeah? And as well as in your problem statement, you see there's 3 dimensions.
How if, like me, think that blockchain is institution itself?
It's technically it's not, because there is no one person or like a government that is controlling blockchain. So it's kind of a free roaming technology that is not ruled by someone like in a hierarchy. But I understand that some people think maybe it is.
Okay, Joanne,
That's a good point.
I'm connecting to something else based on what you're saying, right? So there's an informational gap of understanding what blockchain is. By your asking that question, is you're suggesting, or I'm inferring that you do not understand what blockchain is. Like me, I don't understand what blockchain is. So I'm not saying that you do not understand, but I'm
Maybe
saying
I'm
so.
not clear, but I think as a blockchain is
Yeah,
a system.
we think of a system. Yeah.
This is a system. There is a protocol. There is a rules. There is a mechanism. So that's part of institution.
Institution, yeah. Okay. So, Chloe, could we think of another layer, possibly, of trust, which might be, I'm thinking this is kind of connected to blockchain protocol trust, but much more informational trust. So they do not trust because they do not understand. Where would you place that, or would that be a different layer? Because
Based on your literature, how?
I'm not a big investor, but then when I learned about investment, I learned that one thing, a good investor should practice is to understand what the investment is about, right? So to understand it, if you have a barrier in understanding it, do not invest in it yet. Or
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what it's about. I don't understand this. I don't understand internet.
How I can invest in something that no one control?
Okay. That has to do with institutional trust.
Yeah.
Or that has to do with institutional trust. But here just now you're asking, blockchain is an institution or blockchain. You get what I'm saying?
That's a good point,
It's about people do not trust something because they do not understand.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was thinking it's part of the human dimensions of social trust, but if you ask me like that, I think I would have situated it under blockchain trust, because I would, under this column, further explain what it actually means to look at like a smart contract, and what it means when like everybody who's like an enthusiast for that says, oh, it's actually transparent, you can audit it, it's not, you cannot manipulate it. So for me, the informational trust would be within blockchain trust, but we could think about like a 4th dimension of informational. I'm just thinking if it's big enough to be
another dimension.
Yeah.
Okay. Think about it as something. So I think the word technical or protocol trust is it will convey the message about information
Yeah,
embedded, whereas blockchain might not convey the idea of information. Or informational. Blockchain trust doesn't imply informational trust, I guess, yeah? But I think about it, but I think it's a relevant thing because for some investors, even non-serious investors would think they don't understand, therefore we shouldn't invest.
yeah,
For some,
yeah,
for some people say, I trust him, he's a good investor, what he invests in, I will invest.
Right.
The social trust then.
Right.
But informational trust, maybe you can expand that and put under blockchain
Trust.
protocol trust or blockchain technical trust.
yeah, I'll add wording on
Yeah,
it,
you
yeah.
need to, expand that at least to include informational or build another layer which is informational trust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see of informational social trust or okay, regulation of organization pressure. All right, institutional trust. Okay. Do think about it and then you want to make a decision on that.
Okay.
Chloe, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
By informational dimension or a component, right?
Yeah.
Should it be a dimension or a component?
Yeah.
Let me understand further. You have your research questions and how you plan to answer the research questions or research objectives. You have one slide on that one. Is it this one? No, not this one. This one, yeah. Okay.
There's another one, this is more of like the timeline, but we can look at it also. It's better.
Yang panah tadi.
I think there's one.
In the beginning, there is,
Beginning one.
yeah. Before that. Yeah, one more. That's the research question.
Okay, yeah, identify trends. All right, so the sequential thing, you start with qualitative first.
Yeah.
Right? And the qualitative part will be answering,
Right.
maybe the research objectives will be better to connect to
The next slide.
in the next slide. So the qualitative research or the qualitative part will be
Answered by who?
yeah. So what and then I want to see who. So we asking all of them, eh?
I mean,
Alright.
yeah,
All of them, yeah.
I would say cover all
All of them, yeah.
objectives in
Yeah.
phase one also, yeah.
Yeah, all of them, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, okay, so all of them. All right, and so from the qualitative, you'll develop the quantitative part, and then you will, okay, and then you go further and see the connections.
Yeah.
And then, integrate it into the framework you have.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, for the first part, the qualitative part, I was thinking focus groups and doing interviews with them, either in like a small group setting or individually.
Mhm.
And obviously the questionnaire would differ a lot from the quantitative part, because I think the quantitative part needs to be quite generally speaking, because a lot of these people will not have heard of a lot of these terms before, versus like the first, for the qualitative part, I could do more specific questioning with. And in terms of who it would be, as I mentioned, like, who do I find like a very key objective within this, because it's so specific to Malaysia and a huge problem, but also like a cultural like habit almost. So this would be one of the focus groups that I would try to get data out of, versus also people who maybe work for, let's say, a helpline of like people who can report them being scammed. So for the first part, the qualitative part, I think I would intentionally surface a lot more specific individuals that either have a profession or some kind of history or backstory with this topic versus the more general quantitative part.
So in your, let's see your research methodology then.
Mhm.
Okay, there you go. Return 4 to 5. Okay, good. Purposive. You will need to have a criteria. A sampling criteria there, yeah, for the informant, right? What type of informants do you want to have, and since you are having different ethnic groups too, you will need to specify, that the focus group members will consist of who. How you will get representation.
Do you think this is also for the qualitative part
Yeah, for
relevant?
the
Qualitative.
part.
The
So
qualitative.
with the ethnic groups,
Yeah.
I should also include in the
Yes,
qualitative part?
Yes, I'm referring to qualitative. So this is good. So 12 to 15, 4 to 6 groups. That's good. Yeah.
You're already thinking how the participant for qualitative one?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about whether in this
Yeah.
first phase, I have like concrete, like either NGOs or also people who work in the industry in mind.
And also users of blockchain?
Yeah, also, but I'm just thinking if at this stage I should make a pre-selection with like the ethnicity in mind. But yes, if this should lead to phase 3, then yes, I need to have the ethnicity with the
Yeah.
majorities in mind. Yeah.
Or maybe the community of blockchain in Penang, or
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small one, but I'm
they
in
are
touch with them.
consists of.
Okay. So the location. Are you looking at the
For first, I think
location?
it's after. So for the first, I would say I said Penang, so more locally, and Klang Valley.
Klang Valley. Okay. That's
And
good.
Klang Valley?
yeah, to compare
Selangor.
more rural.
Oh, Selangor.
Klang Valley is KL, PJ, Shala.
Selangor basically.
Shala, yeah.
Selangor state, right?
Not all of Selangor
Oh,
State.
some okay.
It's the valley.
Oh,
Semenya is not Klang Valley anymore, right?
Yeah,
But Klang Valley is big. It's big.
it is.
Big.
Yeah.
Basically the major cities
okay.
connecting KL. Yeah.
I could narrow it down to KL, but I think like Shah Alam has a lot of like tech and people located there who work in this industry. So that's why I put Klang Valley.
Yeah. Klang Valley is safe. It's not a big problem. Klang Valley is safe. Yeah. Plus a rural or semi-rural side. You want to do that too?
I would be interested in, but I would have to see what classifies as a
Rural.
rural, yeah, how rural.
We for researchers in Malaysia is simple actually. Where there are 2 ways to do it. Where they do not collect trash. That's rural.
What?
Yeah, where they do not collect trash.
That's it.
That's rural. Why? Because council is the council job to collect trash.
It's more
Majlis
community.
Bandara.
Yeah,
Majlis Bandara.
Bandara, yeah.
The city council city, the MP, right?
Kumpulin
Majlis
sampah.
Perbadaran
They collect the trash.
trash. So it's the city council's job to collect trash.
Okay, I see.
Right? So whenever where there is no city council,
Hah?
That means it's not city.
it's not city, it's not urban.
Terus sampahnya di mana ya?
Well, in kampung, how do you handle?
Yeah.
Bakar.
Whatever, I don't know how they handle it. Yeah. So that
They want to collect it. I mean,
they collect not by the city
yeah, not by
council,
the city council.
not
There's
the lorry, no.
Different council.
Maybe different method of
Yeah,
collecting.
different method.
Yeah.
Still they collect the different, it's not the city council.
Not the city council, yeah. So because the one that is in charge of collecting trash is the city council.
Okay. I'll try. I was even thinking my mother's hometown on the other side, which is Luna's, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like semi-rural maybe. Let's see.
Lunas
Is it?
I think it's, Lunas, yeah, Lunas is,
I have some
I think
maybe
it's
informants
urban.
there.
I think it's urban.
Is
Lunas
it?
is urban.
Okay.
I'm not sure, I think it's urban.
Okay.
I might be wrong, I might be wrong, yeah. Yeah, there's a simple example, simple way of finding out whether there's urban or rural.
Probably reliable.
Yeah, because the city council collects trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they don't collect trash, then there's no city council.
Okay, I will have to think about it. Maybe if I want to.
Yeah, if it's too, because if it's too challenging, then just omit the rural then.
Yeah.
So rural or semi-rural, just Penang and Klang Valley, that's good. So yeah, and that's good for activities as well. Okay, so you have that. Okay, you got kutu there, right?
Yeah.
So
What's kutu?
kutu in Indonesia would be
Is it the ente?
bukan ente, ini
Wang kutu, duit kutu.
duit kutu arisan. Arisan Indonesia.
Ya,
Nah,
emang ada organisasinya? Enggak kan?
no, there's no organization, but this what the practice is sometimes, not sometimes. Well, before even CPR, the secretary no longer here now. She will collect money among us, right? And then this month will be this person will get the money, right? That's why you understand with kutu, right?
Yeah.
Right. Indonesians have that too, right?
Yeah,
Arisan, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But depends on depend on the location, depend on the organization.
Yeah. In Malaysia, it's not allowed, by the way. They ban it because it's it's sometimes they organize in the ministry, right? The whole ministry, the whole department in the ministry collect. But it's not. It's up to you, right? It's voluntary.
Voluntary.
It's voluntary. So, but then, but it's a form of collecting money and organizing money. So there's a danger of people taking money and all that. I'm not sure. But crowdfunding, would you put it under crowdfunding?
Crowdfunding depends on what the cause is for the crowdfunding. Because with like
Yeah.
Kutu, it always goes like it kind of rotates, right?
Rotates, yeah.
Crowdfunding.
They have that kind of in China. You collect money.
From what? From NGO or?
No, NGO, it's just collect money so that everyone will have for the fun of it or for the whatever. So
we collect money.
Yeah.
I put your all name in a bottle, and then put one up. Put one, and okay, this is yours time. And then after that, not after that, I put again. Oh, that's your time.
but everyone will have
change.
will
Same.
have his or her turn to get
Oh,
money.
that's no, we made in China.
So what happens every month there will be a different person getting the money.
We collect all the money every month.
So every month you put in say 100 yuan, $100, right? Right? And then every month one person will get the money. and then next month will be another person, the next month will be another person, next month will be another
Okay.
person.
So, no.
No,
The budget like that.
Yeah, no.
okay.
Not sort of that.
Nothing like that, no, oh, okay. You have that kind of,
But in mainland China, we have the basic insurance about for people who get poorly or something.
this is not for the poor, this is
Yeah.
This is for voluntary, just fun.
just fun.
Just fun.
So imagine, because
For social relationship.
Huh?
something.
it's like a game, but it's not a game, like, okay, the idea is,
Increasing
so
our
imagine
social
now- imagine
relationship.
now, the whole of CPR, right, there's 40 of us.
Yeah, depend on
Yeah.
40 of us, everyone give $100, right? So
It's
there'll
like
be 4,000.
lottery?
It's
Not
but
lottery.
Lottery.
It's like lottery, but it's not a gamble.
It's not a gamble.
It's not a gamble. So it's like, suppose there are 40 of us in CPR,
Yeah.
we collect money,
Yeah.
for 100 ringgit, right? So we have 4,000 every month, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So 4,000, every month we collect the 4,000 ringgit. This month, Hanif will get it, next month he will get it, next month,
Like this?
rarity. Okay, then, what about this?
Fully? No?
No.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
so it's up to Joanne how.
But everyone, you mean everyone should or
Every
must?
month,
Yeah.
not must, voluntarily.
Voluntary?
But once you commit, you must commit to the whole year or the whole.
That means commission fee or?
It's no commission. It's no.
It's just informal lending. If you don't want to go to a bank, or you
Yeah.
don't want to have like some official credit from a bank, just like your family or
personal.
friends.
Why you do that, right?
Okay. That's not in China, I think. Yeah.
So they start up doing it for fun, because
Oh.
I can be a rich man, I can be a rich woman
Oh.
every year,
Okay.
at least once.
This was okay.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Per year, because like 12 of us we rotate,
And
right?
also for increasing social relationship
It's,
in kampung.
Yeah, they do that, and then some people will say, will collect it, if their turn or up, because I use this money to pay for whatever.
So this is frequently happening in Malaysia.
Malaysia,
or
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Malaysia doesn't, they don't allow in government department.
Oh, no.
Because last time in government department they do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my kampung, the money used for some. If I get and then I use this money to give the free food and free drinks, because the location will be moved from each other.
Okay.
So I'm not use the money for me, but for them.
For them, like a Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Oh, it's
It depends on how you want to use it, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That's happening
So
in
that's why
kampung.
there's some say.
It says it's called liao
Areas.
in Chinese, but I don't know if it's true.
Maybe
And
in Hong Kong, I think.
no, there's a lot of
Maybe in Hong
stuff.
Kong, Macau.
Taiwan,
maybe in China,
Vietnam,
maybe in
No,
Hong
in
Kong.
China.
Then China,
Maybe it's more control maybe in mainland China. I don't know.
you do that, yes, okay.
Yeah, we don't do that.
It's interesting, it's a cultural thing, I suppose.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to.
We don't
It's a
do that.
cultural thing, yeah. Good that you captured that, Chloe. That's a good one to capture that. So this might be a bridge between the tradition and the modern, or Hanif, something's happening there. Okay, I just
Almost done.
oh I ended. Oh,
What
Is it okay?
okay. I cannot end it. You end it. Okay. I ended mine. So, all right. So I'm the word crowdfunding there. I don't know whether you want to put that in or not, or that
Let's
counts
see,
as.
I mean, there are scams happening also.
Yeah, there's scams happening in crowdfunding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but
I think
just
about it, yeah.
yeah, something that might be relevant, because it's definitely part of the digital or cyber world.
Mhm.
Crowdfunding is something that and a political as well.
Mhm.
Political
Crowdfunding, yeah.
political crowd, yeah, they do that. Okay. So you have, let me understand the quota base, quota quantity, right? Okay. So the numbers will be, you have an approximate number there.
Yeah.
So this will be a question they ask, how would you determine the number for the quantitative, right?
And also quota base,
Where is it?
quantitative.
Quota based may mean with, like to meet a specific quota, like enough females or?
That's, I have a little bit question about the quantitative.
Yeah.
The population and sampling.
Yeah. So I mean, right now I don't know my sample
It's not
group.
clear. What's
So
your
that's-
sampling? Is it adults, but which groups or how you?
Adults across the three majorities, and more deeply, I don't know yet. That's why I've used the Cochrane formula to just make an approximate, but I think it depends on kind of how saturated phase 1 was,
Because you also
because it
use
leads me to phase 3.
DOSM distributions.
Mhm.
What is it?
To DOSM. Oh, that's a good question, because I made this slide like 3 weeks ago already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Department of Statistic Malaysia.
yeah.
I think it was like an official, Malaysian benchmarked.
You're not referring to DOSM, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you referring to DOSM?
Yeah, DOSM.
DOSM, Department of Statistics of Malaysia.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, Department of Statistics of Malaysia. So the purpose of sampling, you will need to just specify the criteria, right?
Yeah.
Who you will choose. You need to have that in the blockchain selection for FGD, the focus group discussion. So you have that, Penang, Klang Valley, and then since you have Penang, Klang Valley, therefore the numbers need to have somewhat a balanced number between the two. If it's not balanced, you will need to justify why it is not balanced. You can always argue that Penang, there are fewer people in Penang, there are more people in Klang Valley.
Yeah.
You can make the argument, of course. Then we talk about proportionality, then you need to defend that as well. Right? It's not too difficult defense to make, but need to be ready for that kind of questioning. So you need to find out the numbers a bit. To be clear how you. If you're not sure, just take what Hanif just said just now, KL plus Selangor.
Okay.
KL plus Selangor. I'm not sure there's a Klang Valley population per se, but Klang Valley is what KL, KLPJ, Kelana Jaya, Subang Jaya, Shah Alam, Klang. Up to Port Klang.
Oh, itu singkatan.
Klang Valley is Lembah Klang, Lembah. So KL is in the valley.
Oh.
So these are things of So it's like Jakarta,
Jabodetabek. Jakarta,
Jabodetabek,
Bogor, Depok, Tangerang, Bekasi.
Bekasi, yeah. So same concept, yeah. Same concept, yeah. All right, what else do you want to say, John? The practical thing, remove the word practical, you want to replace it with something actionable or something, because it sounds a bit too AI. There's
Practical?
practical. Where's the practical? Yeah, the last one. Yeah, just change it to actionable or something like that.
I think
Practical,
actionable is better.
I think so. Evaluative criteria for implementation. Because practical, we heard from some of the evaluators saying that practical is very much an AI word.
Okay.
So kind of AI will automatically come up with the word practical when you ask for contribution. Is that true or not?
Yes.
Yeah?
In China, we always say
理论完的实践 it means the theoretical and the practical. So we call it and I think the AI learn it do it again and again.
It's also common in Indonesia practice.
Indonesia, yeah. So I don't know. Well, the issue is not us, it's AI duplicating us. Therefore,
Yeah.
the issue becomes our issue, you know.
Yeah, because I like typed it out. I didn't use AI for the sentences. That's why my research questions are maybe a bit too
But then
complicated
again,
also.
you guys can use AI as
Yeah,
long as you phrase it
Yeah.
in your own words at the end, yeah?
Yeah.
So AI is actually a good assistant to help you think,
Mhm.
but you do not want to take it in its totality.
Right.
Right, that's the issue, and then phrase it and put it in your own words. That's the
Or against the argument.
what that
Against.
against.
Menolak. So
Oh.
I ask something and then AI say something and I say, no, your answer is wrong.
Okay.
I think like this. And then AI said, oh yes, I'm wrong.
Oh.
Comforts you to like what your opinion is. It kind of.
Oh yes,
calms you
you're
down.
true. I'm wrong. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, AI is designed to be what's the word?
So
Syncopanic. What's the word? Syncopanic. Oh, there's a term for it. To make you feel comfortable, like what Chloe said.
Yeah.
It's designed algorithm wise to make you feel good and comfortable.
Or you can give it a prompt like be harsh on me. You can also
Yeah.
say don't do that. It's
Yeah,
like,
be truthful to
yeah.
me. Be truthful to me. Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm wrong.
Uh,
But your answer is not consistent.
yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Okay.
Yeah. And so okay. You just make those
Changes?
changes.
Yeah.
There's not big. Those are minor changes, and you're ready for your proposal defense, right?
Nice.
Okay.
But one suggestion, if you really want to go to the ethical,
Oh, okay.
you
Ethical.
must be waiting for my 5 months.
Okay.
I'm
so I don't
waiting
need
5
to-
months.
Okay.
So I don't need to do that?
Don't need to do that.
Yeah, you don't need to do that in this sentence.
I didn't know. I thought it was, standard
But if you want to
practice.
really,
Unless they come up with a new ruling, we don't have to do that. Otherwise, you will delay your work.
No, I don't want to do
I'm waiting
that.
5 months in USF.
Oh, okay.
And the rule is, don't ask, don't tell.
Okay. Okay, I will remove it.
It's almost like the Clinton rule on gay, right? In military, don't ask, don't tell.
Okay.
So you don't ask the question and you don't tell.
Yeah.
Then there's
I
no
don't know.
problem. Yeah, because so far, all the recently, Hanif went through that.
Oh yeah.
He didn't do ethics. Did you do ethics?
No,
No.
No, right? Yeah.
I used.
You did good for you.
Good. Yeah, it's like
Because in Indonesia you have to use
I
it.
have to do.
Because for education especially,
Oh, okay. I see.
Because my institution after graduate will be asked.
they ask, right? And for education, the faculty education or school, they tend to follow the science more. And the scientists, when it comes to any kind of organism,
Yeah.
they need to have ethical clearance.
I see, yeah.
Alright, for us, it's simple, it's called informed consent.
Okay.
You ask the
I'm good
person,
with
and I agree, that's it, that's the ethical thing, right? For them, because they do experiment on rabbits, on rats, on all that, right? So we tend to follow. Now, I hope that it will not come and colonize us, this scientism, right? And because we have been colonized quite a bit right now with all the journals and all that, right? Now the journals is not called findings, it's called results,
Oh, okay.
right? Journals is for results, right? Right? And I was thinking, when I was doing my research, my PhD, we don't call our findings results. We call our findings, right? It's not like, now in journals it's called results, isn't it?
Yeah.
Results.
Our results.
Because in science it's results. You experiment on something, you get the result, right?
Yeah.
But I don't experiment on you and get the result from you, you know, I get something I found from you.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you discover something, right? So, ethics, that's up to you. You want to, you can, but you have to wait for quite some time for.
I will find
Quite
out
some
what's
time,
English.
yeah.
You cannot collect data before
Yeah,
endorsement.
yeah, so, again, if they change the rules, then we have to follow the rules,
Right.
right? If they don't ask, don't tell.
If you ask, you must.
Yeah. You ask, you tell. You ask, yeah.
Sometimes you do something in government, to the government, you do not ask, you can do that.
Oh, yeah.
If you ask, you must do
You must do it,
It's
yeah,
already
yeah.
done.
It's bureaucracy, right? It's government, right? And the and you ask permission to do something?
Yeah,
No.
no, yeah.
No. Do I have to do that? Then you must do it.
You must do that.
There's a very, very conservative view of how things should work or should work, right? Okay, what you do, Chloe, once you get it done with your, maybe by next week you can make the request because it will take some time before they arrange for
Yeah.
the proposal defense.
I request to the official.
Mr. Zol. Mr.
Okay.
Zol. So they will give you a form, you will fill in the form, and so then they will
Okay.
email to the, yeah, you have Mr. Zol's email, right? Do you have it?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've messaged with Mr. Zhou before.
Okay,
But,
I have the WhatsApp, everyone, you know,
Okay.
Hanif has it, everyone has.
okay.
But you email to him, yeah.
Okay.
But there's a form, how, you can download the form, right?
Yeah, you can download from the CPR website.
CPR website, yeah.
Proposal defense from.
Okay.